Let's just move ourselves into a comfortable position for this sitting practice. And as you move and adjust your posture to suit you, to create a sense of being supported, comfortable, and steady. And breathing. And simply feeling into the body sitting here. Noticing how that feels for you. And remembering that your posture, feeling comfortable is the most important thing, however that is for you, and feeling free to adjust whenever you notice the body might be uncomfortable or needing to move. So it's making sure that you're aware of how the body is as the body comes in to settle into this practice, and noticing how that feels. Sense of connection with whatever's supporting you. Sense of the feet on the floor or cross-legged. And as we settle into stillness, perhaps just taking a moment to reflect on your intention for coming to sit in this practice. And intentions don't have to be complicated or protracted, big or small. They can just be whatever you want them to be. It might be something that you use regularly. It might be a new one. So just spending a moment or two just checking in with what you wish for yourself by doing this practice. And holding that gently. Quite often we can get caught up in conceptualizing these things, so no need to overthink it, just feeling gently into your intention. And just having it there somewhere nearby to remind you. If ever you notice the attention has wandered. So sitting, sturdy, supported, and breathing. Simply feeling into the flow of the breath in and out of the body. Our friend, the breath, always there for us, always lending itself to support practice. Supporting the attention we bring to our practice, because we can only ever pay attention to the breath in the present moment. This breath is here now, but now that breath is gone. And although we rely on the next breath very much, it still hasn't arrived yet. We're still with just this breath coming in, this breath going out. So focusing our attention on the sensations of breathing, keep us anchored in the present moment. And remembering that there's nothing you have to do to the breath, nothing we have to improve it with, modify or control it. The invitation is to become aware of the breath in the body as it reveals itself through the sensations in the body. Wherever you notice that most vividly. Sometimes people notice it in the belly or the chest or the nostrils. But also some people can feel more sensitized and connected to feeling the breath coming into the body and leaving the body as a whole. Just as we do with the body scan, just towards the end of the body scan, we do that. Sensation of the whole body breathing. So finding one that suits you, and the invitation, the suggestion is to stick with just one. And if ever the attention of breathing or focusing attention on the breathing, if ever that feels a bit uncomfortable, then remembering that you can always refocus your attention on the feet on the floor maybe, or your hands on your lap or your knees. So you have flexibility. It's all about knowing what's right for you. Of course, while we're focusing on the breathing, there will be other phenomena arising around us, like sound from nearby or far away. There may be thoughts and emotions, and as best we can, just allowing them to kind of remain in the background of our awareness. We're not trying to shut them out, but just maintaining focus of attention on the flow of the breath in and out of the body and the sensations associated with breathing. And you've probably already noticed that despite the intention to aim and sustain the attention on the breath, the mind has a mind of its own, so to speak, and soon enough it wanders. So, as you well know, when you notice the mind has wandered off, just honouring that and noticing where the mind went. without any need for analysis of why or what it might mean, maybe making a mental note if it's something you wish to return to later. But as best you can, gently and firmly escorting the mind back to awareness of breathing. And bringing in that attitude of gentleness, gentle in as much as allowing this is what minds do. We're not judging ourselves or judging the thought that might have just arrived uninvited. So bringing that attitude of gentleness and kindliness to the thought and to ourselves, so gently moving back to the intended focus of our attention, which is the breathing. And the firmly bit, firmly is linking up with the intention of our practice. We didn't intend, or the intention is never to sit here with the mind wandering. So the intention is to normally to be as focused in the present moment as we can be. So gently and firmly coming back to the breath. And a sentence or a phrase that some teachers like to use is aiming and sustaining. Aiming your focus of attention on the breathing and sustaining that focus. So just remembering that as many times as the mind wanders, then coming back as many times, just returning, a place to return to, the breath. Breathing, aiming, sustaining, redirecting back to the sensations in the body as it breathes. So just checking in with your relationship with the mind at the moment. How is the mind? Are you engaging with the thoughts and thought streams that arise? Or are you able to let go and come back to the breath? Just noticing. It's not a fault, it's not a problem, but just noticing how the mind is in relation to this moment and this moment. And remembering the attitude or the attitudinal foundations of mindfulness. And the one in particular that I always love in these moments is the letting go. Are we able just to drop whatever emerges in our mind, whatever arises, just let go, letting go, and then coming back, refocusing our attention on the sensations of the breathing,